So I have spent thousands of hours on Minecraft. I started on Minecraft Pocket Edition, then to the Xbox 360 version, then to the Bedrock version on the PlayStation, only to end here on Java Edition. I've beaten the game tons of times, but I haven't beaten it on Vanilla Java Edition yet. Along with that, I don't even have a good Java world to show off to my friends. Well, if I had any. So I figured now is as good a time as any to spend 100 days in Java Minecraft. It shouldn't be hard, I hope. Keep in mind, I play Minecraft very slowly, I take my time doing things, also, I'm bad at building, so please don't judge me there. So if you like this video, then good, that's the point, and let's just start this dang video. Day 1. Like most players, I started by getting me some wood. I turned it into a pickaxe, then got me some stone, blah blah blah, all that kind of crap. With the stone that I got, I made a pickaxe and a tool of mass destruction, a stone sword. The sword was used to slay tons of creatures for food and other materials like that, and while I was slaying creatures, I managed to find a nice base spot. It was on a mountain. It was a pretty nice mountain too, like it was a little grove. I saw plenty of potential in the area, so I thought, why not like construct a base there? So I started digging into the mountain and yeah, now I can call it home. Well, I continued to work on my base. All I did was pretty much hollow out some space so that I could live comfortably without a problem. Afterwards, I started to mine a staircase down to -55. Wow, it still sounds weird to say that. Anyway, I got bored of mining a staircase, so I went looking for some open caves for some iron and coal, only to find a zombie spawner. It was literally right next to my base. So yeah, shortly after that, I went mining, like back to mining the staircase, and I found another one. 2 in one day. What is the luck? I destroyed it, but that is some insane luck. Next, I started on my storage room. I wanted to give myself plenty of space to be organized, so please don't judge me on how big I made the room. Yeah, I know very well that I may not come close to using that many chests, but I did it because, I wanted to. I also left enough space to expand it, if the time was right, of course. I don't know if I'll need to, but if I want to, I will. It would be like a proper vault anyway, if it just goes up and down, but I don't know. I have plenty of days to think about it. Now it's time to work on some of the essentials. I made a farm. It only has like potatoes, wheat, sugarcane, and pumpkins right now, but I'm sure that will change in the future. So now that I have the crops growing, I can work on getting some villagers so that I can get some nice good old emeralds so we can get some good trades. I was able to trap some in the boats next to the village that I have over near my house and stuff, but it was gonna take forever to bring them back and forth, but it's cool. Yeah, I have tons of time. It took a ton of days to get the villagers to my base. I slept a lot, I boated a lot. Wait, is boated a word? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's a word though. Anyway, after the long incredible journey of getting the villagers closer to my base, I managed to get them into a dungeon to trap them for eternity so that I can trade and exploit them forever. Yeah, I'm a nice person. But after all of that, I went and found a few villages to loot. All I got was beetroots pretty much. I wanted to get some melons, but that didn't happen. After being exhausted from the villager shenanigans, I mined. Well, I at least got enough diamonds to get me a pickaxe and an enchantment table. I went to get some obsidian afterwards so that I can make the enchantment table, and also another portal down in the future. So yeah, the only thing I can do now, other than of course going to the Nether, is to work on getting some bookshelves for a delicious good old enchantment table setup. So quickly, I finished the setup for the enchantment table. Now that I have the whole enchantment table all nice and pretty, I finally have a use for my experience. And now I need more experience. So I went back to the spawner I found a while back and I started transforming it into a mob grinder. This will help me get a ton of XP and will also allow me to gather rotten flesh, which I can then turn into emeralds and get awesome amounts of emeralds that I may or may not use in the future. I don't know. Now, I am lacking diamonds. I have a lot less than I would like, so that means it's time to work on getting Fortune 3. Yep, and I did actually manage to get it with Unbreaking 3, and it was kind of surprising. But I feel like I needed efficiency, so I was a little impatient and went to the Nether for some Nether quartz, which surprisingly I spawned on a fortress, which hasn't happened since the 1.12 days for me. Yeah, that's been a long time ago. But anyway, after finding the way off the fortress, I mined some quartz and did manage to get efficiency 4 on my pickaxe through some combining and all that. With my newly acquired pickaxe, I mine for stuff. Yeah, I didn't really get much, so I went back to working on the villagers. I managed to get an Unbreaking 3 villager though. It was only for like about 25 emeralds, so yeah. I was looking for mending too, but I think it was a good deal, so I took it. I then hunted for a bit of leather so that I could make another lectern, which after that I went on a mining trip once again for more of them good old resources. Surprisingly, after going to work on the villagers again, I was able to get mending early and cheap. I honestly thought it would take forever to get it, but it didn't. The villager ended up selling it to me for about 16 emeralds, so at that price I was able to make one of the best pickaxes ever. Well, without efficiency 5 of course. I then took the newly upgraded pickaxe and went mining only to find 3 veins of diamonds. From those veins I was able to get 33 diamonds, which honestly is plenty for me. Finally, the first death of the video. I shouldn't be happy about that, should I? Anyway, I died while farming some XP at the zombie spawner. I don't know how or why the zombie got behind me. My guess is that it spawned outside the spawner, but you know, I literally got up to go to the bathroom and bam, I'd be dead. It was very dumb and like stupid, but I did have to pee. But it also kind of sucks because I have to refarm up all that experience. And yeah, it's dumb. I only had like close to 30 levels and I just wanted to enchant my dumb gear. So after that little travesty, I took a small break to work on my base. It actually looks good now, I think. Keep in mind, I'm not the best builder. Anyway, I decided to use polished deep slate to make my base look cool, and in my opinion, it does. I never really used deep slate before, and I really don't regret it. I still have tons more to deep slateify, such as the bridge towards the spawner and the villager dungeon, but all of that will happen in due time, hopefully. These next few days were eventful to say the least. I started off by getting some XP, which allowed me to get an efficiency 4 Silk Touch axe. I thought Silk Touch would be better for when we get melons, but we don't have melons yet, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I tried killing an Enderman, which killed me instead, so I ended up like having to go back to the grinder to get more XP. I was also able to get back to level 30, but those levels really did not give me any good enchants. However, I did venture into the Nether and got some ancient debris, which made up for the enchantments. I continued in the Nether mainly to get Blackstone. I wanted to make the portal safe so you know I don't risk dying every time I go into the Nether. I didn't even fully finish it either, because like you know, I ran out of Blackstone. But I don't care, just add it to the list of crap I gotta do. Anyway, I left the Nether after that mainly to murderize some animals so I can like cook their insides for food. That sounds really barbaric. Whatever you guys do, just don't call PETA. So I went back to the mob spawner to farm up some more XP, of course, what else would I do there? Despite getting all these tons of little green orbs though, I only got one good enchantment. I managed to pick up a good chest plate, Prot 4, Unbreaking 3, all that good stuff. And with the chest plate being that awesome, I could upgrade it to Netherite. But for some reason I decided not to do that. That choice was either a good or bad call. I guess we'll find out in the future, and I'm sure I will use the ancient debris eventually. I was very sporadic in these next few days. I jumped from task to task, which I don't think is a bad thing, but whatever. I started with some farming and some villager work, of course. After that, I went mining, mainly to get some more deep slate for my base, which I also worked on a little bit more. To end all of this fun stuff, I got more XP, of course. I managed to get a good pair of leggings, and now I'm wearing mostly diamond armor. I just need boots and a helmet, and then we'll be all decked out. After gearing up a bit, I felt like it was a good time to start on a project that, you know, I may or may not finish. I started mining out a chunk. Now, I don't know why I decided to do this, but I'm going to do it. It's 16 by like a lot, 16 by 16 by like something like a crazy amount of numbers. It's fine. But I do want you to keep in mind that there are like 256 blocks per layer, and there are about like 100 layers I have to go through also. So this is just going to be a project for whenever I feel like doing some mining, I guess. One thing I haven't done in a while was explore, so that's what I did. Except I found diddly crap. I mainly wanted to find some melons so I could fill out my farm and get more emeralds, and yeah, like I said, I found nothing. So I then returned home and I started filling some of the lakes and holes like with dirt around my base and stuff, since I obviously did have a ton of dirt for my quarry. Yeah, after that, I then upgraded my base a bit more. It wasn't too special, just replacing stuff with deep slate, like always. Time to start on another project, which, you know, I think I may actually finish. So a little backstory, I love the game Borderlands. So I thought, I'd make a tribute to the game by, making or at least starting on a build based off the vault portals in Borderlands. It will take a good chunk of obsidian, so, I'll have to do this in parts. That is why I started working on a bridge towards the mainland to make it easier to get to the portal. My hope is that it's going to be like a nice area. Eventually I can fill it in, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I really just want to light the portal and make a vault inside, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Enough of this crap. I need to start working on getting to the Ender Dragon, aka I need to get to the stronghold. So yeah, basically I started grinding XP in the morning hoping that I could get better gear, but once night hit, I just started slaying some Endermen. They were very scarce, so were the Ender Pearls, so I wish I had looting, but I wasn't able to find or get a good enchanted sword. So yeah, my chances of getting an Ender Pearl was slim, my chances of finding an Enderman were slim. The odds were stacked against me. With the scarcity of Ender Pearls that I mentioned in the last few days, I got a very big brain idea, but I need more emeralds. So I started by grabbing a blaze rod for a brewing stand. The brewing stand allowed me to trade my rotten flesh for tons of emeralds. Now, I had to level up the trader to master so that I could buy Ender Pearls. I know, big brain idea, crazy, I'm the best player in the world. It was a bit tedious though, but I did get them all. It is time for a journey to the stronghold. While I was working my way to the stronghold, I did do something a little screwed up. I found a skeleton spawner and I destroyed it, so that's something. I did eventually find the portal room after arriving into the stronghold. It was a little whiles away, so it took me a little while to find it, but I got there and I started getting organized and I was ready to fight until I realized I had a stone sword. Yeah, I kind of wanted my diamond sword and I forgot it, so I just quickly went mining, found a few diamonds, and also found another spawner, which I also destroyed. But yeah, now I should be ready for the boss fight. It's time to defeat the Ender Dragon. It was an intense battle. I used my bow to take down every crystal I could find. Oh wait, I forgot my arrows in the chest at the stronghold, so yeah, I had to pillar my way up. Good thing I had a water bucket. Oh wait, I lost the water from my bucket to a damn torch. Yeah, I did make an Ender Pearl clutch though. I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't as awesome as some other clips I've seen, but it'll do. But after that amazing clutch though, I did slay the dragon with ease. I was so happy, and then I fell into the void later. Yeah, that just sucked. I returned to the end after a very, very sad death. I managed to find tons of end cities. I hoped I would be able to regain a few pieces of my gear. Yeah, that wasn't true. I got absolute crap. I grindstoned most of the gear. I only really kept a shovel, but I did manage to get enough shulker shells and an elytra. So yeah, I'm hopefully never going to go back there. Probably. I returned from the end empty-handed. I need my stuff back. I need to rebuild what I had. I need my pickaxe. So I hugged the mob grinder for a very, very long time. And with all the XP I gained, I was able, after a lot of waiting, to make a good pair of pants and get my pickaxe back. So now I finally have stuff again. Even though I'm not going to combine them for a little while just because I want to stay close to level 30, but it's alright. I finally have stuff once again. After acquiring my beautiful pickaxe once again, I returned to working on my projects. I gathered some obsidian and I managed to finish the vault portal. I tried to light it, but it didn't work. So it's going to be an unopened portal for now, and eventually I will finish it at a later date. Maybe not in this video, but I don't know. Anyway, I also finished the ocean bridge after gathering a lot more cobblestone from the chunk I was mining. See, I can get a project done if I need to. The chunk though may also take a little bit longer, just like the portal, but it's something. After feeling accomplished by completing one part of a project, I felt the need to get geared up. Finally. I grinded at the mob grinder for a bit, then I ventured into Nether for some quartz. I managed to get a decent helmet and a great sword. It took a lot of XP though. Too much if I'm gonna be honest. I really feel like it was a waste, but whatever. In retrospect, I probably should build an Enderman farm. but you know, I've never done one before, so I'll pass. I'll stick to mining my quartz that I may or may not use in the future. Same as the last set of days though, I got me enough XP to get a good pair of boots and actually a chest plate. So now all I need to do is work on getting emeralds and combining all my gear, then we finally can focus on the projects and not gear for just freaking finally. Pretty much all I have to do is combine my gear and get enchanted books. And if I need to get enchanted books, then I need emeralds. It was a pretty tedious process, but I managed to get the things I needed to combine my sword, chest plate, and leggings into glorious, luscious pieces of gear. I also managed to get my helmet and books combined, but that was only after I netheritified my sword and pickaxe with the ancient debris I got a long freaking while back. One good thing about combining my sword is that it has fire aspect and looting. That means food for days, which I now have, of course. So I brought the food into the nether so that I could get some more ancient debris. I almost broke my pickaxe within that time, but I ended up leaving before then, and I left with enough to make 2 netherite ingots. So with those ingots, I netheritified my chest plate and leggings. And is it just me, or does it sound weird to say netheritified? I'm pretty sure it's grammatically correct, but wait, this is a Minecraft video. I'm gonna shut up about grammar. This world is a little lonely, I'm gonna be honest, so I'm gonna get another doggo. I already have one, and I'm just gonna make those 2 breed so I can get a bunch more dogs. And basically I'm doing all of this so that I can make a room where I store my good boys and girls. So anyway, the plan is that I'm just gonna have the glass window, and it's just gonna be an open space for them to sit for now. Eventually I'll give them names, eventually I'll give them like their own little carpets and I'll decorate the room, but for now, I think it's good enough. I got a little bored of the current scenery, so I went to find a vacation home. I used the method of tunneling through the nether to an unknown spot. I honestly got like bored of the tunneling, but I could have went a lot farther, but I'm glad I stopped because I found this absolutely beautiful cave, and I thought this was a perfect area to build the vacation home. So before I started construction on the new base, I returned home only to find my bookshelves burning down, like right next to my enchantment table. I have no idea how that happened, but it took a little while, and I did end up getting them all back, so that's good at least. So the vacation home is constructed of crimson wood. It is just a small home with a few chests, furnaces, and a crafting table. In the cave, I also have an area for a tree, of course, because if I ever stay there, I want to have wood. I also worked on getting a farm up and going so that if I would ever need to, I could survive down there on my own, of course, hence the tree as well. It will take a little while, but this cave could be a nice protected spot. I just need to light it up a lot, because it's pretty big. After staying at the vacation home for a few days, I returned to the nether to finish getting me some netherite. I just needed about 3 more pieces for my axe, helmet, and boots. After a little while, of course, I finally got enough. So with what little time I had left in this day, I did a bit more home improvement, also known as deep slatification, and that's a new word I made up, so don't worry about it. One more day. With that being said, we gotta prepare. I couldn't think of too many big projects for day 100 that could get done on time, so I started making a pool. This pool will be very special. I guess it would be like something similar to an aquarium, a pretty big aquarium that is, and you can also swim in it, so that's something. Plus, this also gives me a reason to use my quartz. I have an absolute butt ton that I just need to get rid of it. I'm saying also a lot, I also built the pool on a lake so that I don't have to move too much water, and that's pretty much what I did for this day. Day 100, the 100 of the 100. That doesn't make sense. Whatever, the pool has a purpose for this day. A small purpose, but a purpose nonetheless. I went and grabbed a few buckets and journeyed to the spruce forest. I managed to find an azalea tree, which means there's a lush cave underneath. I feel like you can kind of understand where I'm going with this. But anyway, I ventured down there to get a few axolotls. The axolotls were then placed in the pool. I kind of pushed the time in between the days, but I think I got it in the 100th day still. It's fine. So yeah, don't worry. I just want to say I will feed them, and they will be happy, and they will never be able to escape. I hope. This has been 100 days in Minecraft. It has been quite a cool experience. Could I have done things better? Yes. Could I have built things that look better? Probably. Could I have been more efficient? Definitely. But that's not how I play the game. I have many more ideas of things I can do in this world, so that means more 100 days in this world. So, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, all that dumb crap, and trust me, there is plenty more where that came from.